Thank you, everyone. Toastmaster Vizaya, connecting with the voices. Connecting with the voices, Toastmaster Vizaya.
If life gave you an opportunity to recreate your destiny, restart your story, rewrite your introduction, how many of you here would raise your hands and go for it? 5 years ago, I stood on this exact stage delivering my first icebreaker speech of my life. Naive and scared to reveal my true self to the world. I remember portraying myself as a character trying to fit into the ideal frames of different phases of my life. As a firstborn, I was the ideal daughter. I became the ideal eldest sister, the ideal medical student, the ideal wife, the ideal daughter-in-law, the ideal mother trying to fit into that ideal frames. Ideal, ideal, ideal. And after all these years, as I stand and look in this bright wall with all those ideal frames describing who I am, describing what I cannot be, describing what I could not be. But am I just those ideal frames, what they are portraying me to be? In recent months, I have been hearing voices from outside and inside. Outside from my loved ones and inside from within. These voices urged me to connect with my authentic self. As I sat down to write this speech today, those voices echoed again, desperately wanting to be heard, discovered, and connected. And this time, I chose to listen. Dear fellow members and friends, today, let me reintroduce myself to you all through these voices. This voice is a woman in her late 30s, yet her heart, like a 16-year-old's, feels immense joy and happiness over little things and small gestures. It's not that expensive gifts that makes her happy, but her heart dances with the warmth, the compassion, the care that she receives from others. Her heart melts with kindness, and she tries to radiate and reciprocate the same through her. This voice, my dear friends, values relationship and true bonds within family, friends, and work. She despises misunderstanding and communication gap. As for her, people matter more than pride. She is empathetic, emotional, and an extreme overthinker. So at times, you might find her overly worried about little things. But if you have the patience to see her through her eyes and feel through her heart, you will find more reasons to love her. She is sensitive, but she also knows how to create boundaries to protect herself. And she wants me not to allow others to take advantage of her. This voice, my dear friends, is strong and determined. She believes in her goals and aspirations. She is disciplined, she is perseverant, and unafraid of hard work. Although at times she doubts herself, she is not afraid of expressing her vulnerabilities. She accepts life challenges with immense gratitude and humility. And again, she wants me not to think her as weak, as she knows how to protect herself and to keep her voice strong. Dear friends, many a times in our life, we are so much engrossed in fulfilling our duties and responsibilities that we tend to always try to fit into that ideal frames that others have set in for us. And in the process, we lose our identity. Today, the version that you see standing here is the version that chose to listen to those voices, the voices from within, which urged me to discover her, the voices from outside, from those who loved me and genuinely cared for me and wanted to teach me self-love and embrace myself. Through these voices, I seized the opportunity to rewrite my description of who I am. So finally, it's time to reintroduce myself to you all. I am not just those ideal frames. I am a blend of empathy, discipline, humility, doubts, and vulnerabilities, and I embrace myself completely. Your turn now. Do you hear those voices? Your turn now. Would you want to rewrite your story, rewrite your introduction, rewrite who you are? Give it a second thought, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijaya.